Hip Hop 1212, this is the button pusher representing Grind City TV Network Roku, and you're tuned in to It's Yours Radio with legendary interviews, classic music, hosted by Donnie O and J Mo.
It's Yours Radio, Live 97.5, Everything Urban Breakfast Club in the morning. Ryan Banks tonight. Donnie O, the Party King Chief.
Yes, sir.
B. Lou in the building. And we have a special guest. Well, no stranger to the show. He's like family. He is family. We're talking about Pocomoke's own.
Oh, my.
Eastern Shore's own.
You made some people feel real good right now.
Talking about P City.
P City's finest.
No doubt about it. In the building. Big Pat, what's good, baby?
Donnie, oh, my God. Good to see you, man. Everything good?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I saw you at Dre Day.
Mm-hmm.
At spectacular event.
Oh, incredible.
Shout out
incredible.
to my man Andre Collins. Always puts on class event.
Well, let's take it back. For
Yeah.
a lot of folks know you, of course, on the shore, but then
Okay.
I think you were on maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Right when we first, not long after we first launched.
Yeah.
We have a lot more listeners now.
Okay.
And a lot more locations.
That's what's up.
And
We on Facebook Live.
So, yeah, you're on
Okay,
Facebook,
okay.
you're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Mixcloud,
Yeah.
and we're on TuneIn as well. So a lot more platforms. And but for those who don't know Big Pat, you about to know him now. The voice of the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
And also a voice on Newt that we're going to get into that a little bit later
man.
on.
There
NBA
it
2K. Yeah,
There it
NBA
is.
2K
Yeah.
22.
Of which I it's funny because man Adrian just left and his son Mason got his.
Okay.
And then now I got to go to my grandson. Shout out to my daughter Lala. And now I got to go to my grandson Nas and make sure he copy it.
Got
So
to
we
break the
gonna get
grandkids off.
He's super excited, man.
Hip Hop 1212, this is the button pusher representing Grind City TV Network Roku, and you're tuned in to It's Yours Radio with legendary interviews, classic music, hosted by Donnie O and J Mo.
Let everybody know again, being from Pocomoke and your journey from Pocomoke to Charlotte and how you got to where you are today.
Guess I gotta go back to high school now.
You're taking it back, baby.
All
You're
right.
taking it back. We got
So
time.
you remember Coach David Burke at Pocomoke? He's a legend,
Indeed.
right? 5 in the game. All right. I thought I could play, and all I could really do was get wide open shots. A lot of the stuff these cats get paid for now in the NBA that you couldn't get paid for years ago, right? You had to
You had
do
to do
more.
a lot more, yeah.
Right. But now if you can spot up,
Yep.
you ain't got to play no D,
That's it.
which I didn't. I think they used to call me Matador defense.
Which I did.
Ole.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Way to
But you're going to get him back on the other end, though.
I'm gonna hit one. I'm gonna hit a couple.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I'm gonna be tired because I was always out of shape.
Right.
You know, even though he ran us a lot, I need to be run a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sophomore year going into my freshman year going into my sophomore year. Get it right. No, sophomore year going to junior year.
Mm.
And he would call everybody out, tell you what you got to work on. Andre, you got to work on ball handling. Onus, I need you to work on back pedaling on defense. Bubba Lou, I need you to work on spotting up, hitting some jump shots, rebounding a little more. Pat, yeah, Dave, we got to find something else for you to do.
No.
I said, what? He said, yeah. I said, well, I don't get it. He said, look, man, number one, a 5'8" we can't have, right? He said, you stop growing this way, but you still growing this way.
Mm.
And he was right. So I said, man, I don't know. He said, well, I tell you what, I'll let you come on the road with us and come in for all the games. If on the road you will mark down where they miss shots from our team. Said, and always running around here talking about sports. Won't you do the starting lineup? 1985. Won't you do the starting lineup? She said, because the vice principal does a horrible job. Can't be any worse than him. Right. And that's where 1985 having.
So we talking pre 3-point line.
No
in high
3-point
school.
line.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because that came in 80.
You know,
That
Gerald Croswell. Shout out to Gerald, number 12. Jersey's retired.
I remember Gerald. Yeah.
You know, 5'11", 5'10",
He was
but
tough.
an athlete and a half, volume shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Could score it anyway, could go with either hand. Either way, Gerald is funny because he averaged 27 one year. No three-point line. Bayside Conference. Tore his ACL. Came back the very next year with a heavy leg brace on, not just a knee brace, a leg brace on. And everybody thought it was over, and he averaged 29 and a half. So, yeah, with no three-point line.
No 3-point.
So I got to shout out Gerald real quick.
Man, why are you on that Pokemon tip? Shout out to my man Bivens, man.
Oh, Myron Bivens.
God, man, that was my dude,
Swivel
man.
was the nickname. I gave everybody nicknames.
Okay,
back then.
okay. And I peeped at how you was doing down at Dre Day.
Yeah.
You had names for cats out there. Yeah.
Gerald was Sewell.
Okay.
Because he could see so well with the basket. My brother Jeff Young was the animal. You know what I'm saying? Jeff, who was a really good basketball player, but a much better.
Okay.
Played point guard for some years up until he graduated in 85. Myron was Swivel because he could get out of any situation. He was going to hit that. Now, you give him a little bit of daylight.
Yeah.
Swoosh.
Yeah.
So Swivel would do that. Dog Jones, my uncle, his name is Troy Jones. We called him Dog because of how defensive intensity was.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had a nickname. That was one of my things.
What were you there? What about and might have left Mike Roberts?
Mike was after me.
Okay, yeah.
A good ways after me. By then, I probably, let's see, that was 90 what, Honus? 92?
Yeah.
I was in the Navy.
Yeah, because he was a freshman.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
a senior.
Yeah, I was in the Navy, so nah. But over there, I got a chance to play again because I thought I was something.
Okay.
When I was in the Navy. I gave him 4 years,
Uh-huh.
88 to 92, first Gulf War. Yeah, it was master helmsman, so I drove the ship. And a lot of fun. Station.
So how did you get? I want to skip over.
Yeah, go ahead.
UMES.
Oh
Because
yeah.
UMES.
Well, I came back, man, and Christine Allen, actually Honus's mother-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
she came to me one day, man, and said, "Listen, you used to announce in high school, right?" I said, "Yeah," and this was 99. Yeah, I did. She said, "Well, look, we're looking for a gay announcer for men's and women's basketball because the gentleman that was doing this, shout out to Dean White, he was going to retire, doing anything." And I said, "Yeah, I'll try it." So I went in and had the interview with the young lady, Ramanda Noble, who is now the, if I'm not mistaken, I hope I'm not mistaken, I think she's assistant athletic director at Claflin University.
Mm-hmm.
So another HBC.
Okay.
And she said, "So tell me something." A few things. She said, "Give me one call." So I gave her a call, and she said, "All right, I'll talk to you." That was it. I said, "Man, I must have owned this interview.
Right.
How'd I do that?" I got out in the lobby, and I said, came out of her office. And I said, "Noble, any idea when you'll give me another call?" Said, or when? Said, what'd she say? She said, "Oh, I'm not going to call you." Man, I started to walk out. "Thank you very much." I said, "You got the job." Whoa. And the rest is it.
No need to call you. You got that.
That was
You
good.
bagged it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Very kind.
Yeah.
Oh, what I did for her? Oh. Yeah, she give me a call. It was, a call for the game. Like something I would normally announce, like, free, or you would say something like, I know exactly what I did. I did the welcoming to UMES. So I said, as I said before every game, "We welcome you all to the luxurious William P. Heights Center on the beautiful campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. It's game time." I gave her that.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. So that was 99.
Yeah. That's a seller right there.
Sounds
That's
better
a seller
with
right
the
there.
acoustics a little better.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And you came just at the right time, just as the new arena was launched.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Break it in the
Mr.
right way.
Mr. Nelson Townsend, God rest his soul,
Mhm.
athletic director, another person. There's so many people that are doing positive things. Anyway, he said that. He said, well, look, man, I know some people. Charlotte's getting a team, and they need everything. And he said, so I'm going to mention your name to my guy. The guy he was talking about was Ed Tapscott. Mr. Ed Tapscott. Now doing something, I think, Milwaukee Bucks, but he was a vice president with the Wizards for years. Okay. And he was general manager. He was our first general manager. First head coach with Bobcats was Bernie Bickerstaff. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
So, man, I got back then I didn't even have an email. Shout out to my man, Mal Nicholson. God rest his soul. He passed a couple years ago. Massive heart attack. He put together an email address. And then I put a CD together, right? Had my voice on CD like Pepsi. You're live with J.C. Penney. What's the other? Oh, McDonald's. I'm loving it. I just did that, stuff like that, and I sent it down. And I never heard anything from him, so I called him. And the lady told me, Mr. Ya Obeng, I will never forget, African sister, 2 fine, from New York. Okay.
You just had to throw that in there, right?
You got to throw it. If the sister's fine, I'm going to give you the business.
But it helps with the visuals as you're telling the story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Chocolate brown braids,
come on,
5'10", man. Anyway, man.
Where's this interview going?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was about to throw some Earth, Wind & Fire back on with that, man.
So, man, what I did, she called me back, and she was like, Mr. Doughty, how are you? And she said, well, listen, we got your CD, and it's good. I said, but listen, we got over 500 applicants. Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. You know what? We're probably, we're not going to be able to give you an interview. All these people have been, or a tryout, because it was a tryout. I said, okay. Thank you very much for considering me. Something hit me, man. I was working security that night at Heights Center. Man, good enough to at least get heard. I called back down there, and I left the same voicemail in about different voicemail box. I don't even know the people. Saying that, listen, give me a chance. Be on my dime. And I promise you, won't be disappointed. What do you got to lose? Got a call back 3 days later. Wednesday. Had to be in the. Matter of fact, I was in Dollar General getting some cheap spaghetti because Young and the Restless was going to come on at 12:30, and I wanted to make sure I was home for that.
Little did you know that was about to change.
That call, and she said, listen, Mr. Doughty, I talked to my boss, and he's willing to give you an audition, but we're not going to give you any money to eat with, no per diem. We're not going to give you a place to stay. And by the way, you need to be here tomorrow by 6. His mother and father, I had an 86 Lincoln Town car. His mother and father rented me a Peaches cane, Miriam cane, Big Honus cane. Rented me had to be 99 no, wait a minute. This was 2003. Had to be a 2003, 2004 maybe, because it was 2004. Ford Focus. Mm-hmm. At the time, I'm really big Pat. I'm like 325 pounds. Yeah, I was huge. Yeah, head was the first thing you see. It still is. But it's a little better now because the body don't match the head so much. Right. But, and I drove down in the rain, pouring rain, stayed at a Super 8, switched over to the Wingate the next day. I'm in there getting dressed. I just decided to get dressed at 3 o'clock. I didn't have to be there until 6. 3:30, I got a missed call. I call it back. Someone called Patrick Doughty? Oh, yeah. Mr. Doughty, it's Ya Obeng. And listen, we're really ahead of schedule. So if you want arena now, that's when the Coliseum was out. Charlotte Coliseum. You can come on over now. Okay. Now I'm way ahead of schedule. I'm 2 hours ahead. I drive over. Go in the back. I'm introduced down. I'm waiting. I have a guy out there performing, doing his thing, his shtick. I pray to the good Lord, is in your power. I know it's in your power. If it's your will, then allow me just to do the best that I can do. If it is your will, then I'll have this opportunity. And then that was it. Then I kept listening to the guy, and I said, and P.S., Lord, I may not be better than everybody here.
I'm better than this
but I
dude right
know
here.
I'm better than that guy that's out there now.
Indeed.
I go out there, man, I perform. Cameramen out there, shout out to Braxton Winston and Carl Russell. They still cameramen. And there was like 7 executives, a couple of janitors out there. And when I got done, they were applauding. And so she came over to me. She said, they really like you. Really long. And then we'll make a decision. Did that. Really, really like you. I'll be calling days. My hand, I walked out, back to poker. All one day when I'm getting off work. You and the guy that's done the Hornets for 12 years are only in that. So I said to myself, why? He's been doing this for 12 years. It's another. What we're going to do is you do the second half of the WNBA season. Excuse me. You do the first half of the WNBA. He's going to do the second half of the WNBA. And we'll make a decision. You have a good night. And good luck in your. That was it.
Man.
That was it, man. Next day I drove back to Peach City. Broke.
Mm-hmm.
But happy.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. Because you know the fruits was about to be on its way.
It's cool,
Listen,
man.
2 things, man.
Yeah.
2 things I got from that. Persistence and sacrifice.
Persistent sacrifice. Gotta have.
Oh, indeed. That's the most important right
Gotta
there.
have faith.
Most
But
important.
yes, those are the.
But yeah.
Those are the 3 things, and that's why I continue to do it, man. Look, man. For those who don't know, I'm in a wheelchair now. This happened 3 years ago, Honest? 3 years ago. Honest came down and lived with me. I couldn't do hardly anything for myself. I ain't had strength enough to get into the bed. He had to put me to bed. He had to get me off the toilet. He had to do a lot of stuff for me. But that's what he sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? I love that guy, man. That's my brother. He ain't just my cousin. So not only that, the next year I got stronger. Now he was about to get married, so it worked out well.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, I'm living by myself again. It's beautiful. I'm rolling, but I'm living by myself.
Indeed.
I can do everything. I got dialysis, kidney dialysis. They failed, man. I got that 3 times a week, 4 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm at the dialysis clinic. Go back, get a couple of hours sleep at the crib, and it might be game time. I got to be at the arena by 4 o'clock, 3 hours for the game. So I don't say all that to say feel sorry for me. I say all that to say I continue to do it so that my children and my grandchildren say, man, well, I ain't going to let this little thing stop me because Pop-Pop kept going.
Yeah.
Look at what he had to deal with.
Yep.
So that's it, man. We just keep it.
We're in an age now with social media where you see more people complaining.
Yeah.
And so much negative vibes. And I can't. And this obstacle and this and that. But you're a prime example of you can overcome whatever you're faced with. Again, starting off with that faith.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Plus I love the honeys and they keep me.
Oh, for sure. Well, you in B-land, so
hey,
you
man, I'm going
perfect
to
for
shout
that.
out my grandmother real quick, man. Beatrice Jones, 97, still going. I want to shout out Miss B. Everybody know Miss B. God rest his soul, Donald B. used to say, ain't but 2 B's in Pocomoke, Miss B and Donald B.
Come on,
so,
man.
yeah, man. But, yeah, man, my grandmother, she's still rocking and rolling, man. Shout out my sister, man, Angel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows her as Bells. She'd be mad if I said her real name, Tanisha. So, but, yeah, that's my sister. And my brother, man, Jeff Young. Everybody calls him Jazzy, man. That was the animal back in it. Okay. And he's done a lot for me, too. It's between him and Honus who take me back and forth to Charlotte when I need. Yeah, shout out my brother, Jeff.
Dope. Got a couple of comments.
Okay.
DJ Showtime said, what up, Big Pat?
Showtime. Hey, shout out to my brother. He going through some things. He getting it together. Tom Payton, one of the greatest to ever do it. And I have never seen nobody give love like this guy gives love. He's a DJ. Shout out to Hezzy, his hype man from Chrisville, Maryland. He lives in Baltimore now. Okay. But Tom, we love you, man. We know you fighting. You going through it. I love you, TP.
Big Nick said, awesome testimony of perseverance, sacrifice, and faith.
Nick Purnell, who never bothers me for anything, but does want some Giannis tickets. You know?
What? Oh, he's a Giannis. Oh, he on the Giannis.
No, he said his
now.
grandson. Said his grandson loves Giannis. So we're gonna get them straight in January when Giannis comes. We're gonna have him and his family.
That's dope. That's dope.
Oh, shout out to his brother, Dorian Purnell.
For sure, he's doing his thing.
That's my guy.
Doing his thing. Indeed.
So Dorian, man, he always takes care of me. That's my barber. That's my grandson's barber. And just a great guy. Talk about perseverance. This is a guy who quit a job making probably $60,000 a year at the Snow Hill jail, and said, "You know what, man? I'm gonna give up all these benefits and all that, and I'm gonna start being a barber." People called him everything but a child of God. The man just opened up his third shop in Buckhead in Atlanta.
Raw that.
Right? Mm-hmm. He's over in Crofton, and he got the one here. Then he got the mobile grooming unit. That's a perseverance thing.
Indeed.
Right? You can watch movies while you get your hair cut in his
Come
spot.
on, man.
Man, in front of your crib. All you got to do is walk out and walk in.
B-Lou? Man, hey, you better get that mobile. You better get that truck, baby. Come on, B-Lou.
So, yeah,
you come up the east and take care of me, baby. I know, my man.
I will shout out my man Big Jason one time. Picture man, no matter how you look, come get your picture took. Big Jason, I want to shout out my man Stacey Fisher, his boys, man, Lil Stace and Daniel, and of course Adrian was just here.
Yeah, I see Adrian in years, man. That was good to see, man.
Yeah, you know Adrian works for UPS.
Oh, really? Okay.
Drives tractor trailer for UPS.
Okay.
He's making a lot of money.
UPS pay you. I remember,
but he don't talk about it. But, hey, he lives in Steeplechase. Cheese, Steeplechase, over there in Nanticoke Road.
Is that a high end neighborhood? Must be.
His one of his neighbors is Reverend Lewis Watson.
Oh,
we know how he getting it at First Baptist, right? And another neighbor, they all begin with attorney at law, DDS, or doctor.
Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah. Pat said, you know how he getting it.
Hey, man, let me tell you. Hey, no disrespect. No, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
No disrespect.
Okay.
Reverend Watson's a great guy.
Right.
What I mean is church is big business.
Oh.
That's all I mean.
Jesus Christ.
That's all I mean.
Yeah, and you can just take that wherever you want.
You can take
you
that
can put it wherever you
want
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he does a wonderful job.
No
I
doubt.
just mean church is big business.
No doubt.
Yeah. So if he's living in Steeplechase and he's a preacher.
Donnie went left.
I'm just saying, let the church say amen.
Amen. He also got a funeral home. You tell me he ain't getting it?
Woo.
Okay, yeah.
He double dipping there,
but
baby.
I'm happy for him.
That's the funeral home on West Road?
First Baptist. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You had a service at the church?
And take it right next door.
Yeah, take him over.
Gotcha.
Boy,
you said he double dipping.
Yeah, he double dipping. He found his niche, man. You know what I mean? He killing the game.
Shout out to the grandkids again, man. Nas and Sky.
Hip Hop 1212. This is the button pusher representing Grind City TV Network Roku, and you're tuned in to It's Yours Radio with legendary interviews, classic music, hosted by Donnie O and J Mo.
I know you called my phone last night, and yes I did let it ring a couple times. And no, you don't need to know why, 'cause I'm not wearing a ring, I'm not your wife.
Cop the new single Commitment Issues from 15-year-old singing sensation Ramsey Renee, available on all streaming platforms.
Hip Hop 1212. This is the button pusher representing Grind City TV Network Roku, and you're tuned in to It's Yours Radio with legendary interviews, classic music, hosted by Donnie O and J Mo.
My man. Hey, so let's talk about NBA 2K22.
All right,
man.
let's do it, man. I'll tell you how it came about, if that's what you want to know.
Yes, indeed.
All right. I'm chilling. Like, it's the off season. Matter of fact, it was an extra long season the season before because of COVID, and I couldn't travel back and forth, so I had to stay in Charlotte. The season was over in March, but I had to stay in Charlotte till September. Yeah, you couldn't travel back and forth. Dialysis clinics were like, look, we're not accepting people from states. Right. Everything that was going on. I didn't have the vaccine at the time. I don't think nobody did. It wasn't developed. But anyway, long story short, and I am vaccinated. I do want everybody out there to get fully vaccinated, please. Okay,
Sir, me
my
too.
guy.
I got mine.
My guy. Yes, sir, man.
Trying to get B-Lou.
Ain't nothing going to grow out your body. Somebody said, well, they'll be able to track where you are.
They already doing that.
Negroes, you don't think they know where you at now? You got cell phones.
Yeah, exactly.
They know where we at everywhere.
Right.
They can track you through your TV if they want to.
Murder somebody and see.
Come on, try it.
Right.
But anyway, man, it's funny, man. And then the people called me from 2K, man, and they contacted me on Instagram, so I thought it was a joke. It's a joke. Come on. But I said, I'm going to play along. I'm going to leave my number. Okay, great. Listen, we're going to give you a call tomorrow at 1, 10 o'clock California time, 10 a.m. I said, yeah, okay, cool. Normally, I don't talk on the phone between 12:30 and 2 o'clock because that is Young the Restless,
my man.
and Bold and the Beautiful.
Okay, my man.
Phone rings. 12:59 and 40 seconds. Oh, they prompt. I talked to the people. They were like, yeah, Mr. Doughty, listen, we've heard your work. We saw your Kobe intro. We had some people that were there that night. Matter of fact, Floyd Mayweather was there that night because him and Kobe hugged Kobe's last game in Charlotte. If y'all want to check that out, go to Kobe Intro Charlotte, and that was me introducing Kobe his last time in Charlotte. It's pretty. It's viral now. So.
Yeah, the team that drafted
MJ
him.
starts talking, and then I go right after MJ. So, yeah, they did that, man, and they called and they said, listen, we want you to come to California, long story short. I said, Cali, man, I don't know. I mean, I'm in a wheelchair. I got dialysis, yada, yada, yada. I got to get somebody to come with me, this, that, and the other. They said, oh, yeah, that's fine. We understand. I already know all this.
They taking care of it.
So then they said, nah, okay. California was on lockdown, right? But then they say, well, how about New York? I said, New York, that's no problem. I'd already talked to Honus. I'd already talked to my brother Jeff, and one of them was going to accompany me. But then New York was like, well, I'm here. You got to stay quarantined for 7 to 10 days, and then you can go out and do what you want. That takes away all the time and everything. They said, where are you at now? And I said, well, I'm in Maryland. They said, hold on. How far are you from D.C.? I said, 2 hours. And they said, we found a station that'll record you. We got our engineer. We'll send our guy from California. Yada, yada. They put us up at the Darcy Hotel, Rhode Island Northwest, right down the street from Embassy Row, right up the street from the vice president's mansion.
Okay.
Shout out to Dog Jones, man. Dog Jones just tried to hit me up. He don't know I'm on. So he was playing golf today with some other reps. So we go up there, man, in about 8 days, 7, 8 days. I did dialysis in D.C. The studio was WUSA 9.
Okay, yeah.
Channel 9.
Maybe.
And we went in there and we knocked it out in about 8 days. I read over, good Lord, I think they told me it was 9,000 lines.
It was 8 days it took to do that?
Yeah, 8 days, 9,000 lines. Like I'm constantly, I'm reading everybody's name that's in the NBA 3 or 4 different ways. And then the legends that they bring in, I'm talking about the Allen Iversons, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, the Shaqs, all that was brought in, the Pennies, and everybody. You had to read those names, even going all the way back to Wes Unseld and good brothers like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, man, after it was done, then we did an interview with 2K, which is an interview that people see in that 2-minute and 55-second clip. There was a lot more into it. And when it's all released, I'll let it all go. But and that was it, man. It was done, and it was a great time, and money was incredible. Never made that much money in a week in my life. And although I would have rather had a nickel a game.
Yeah. You're right, because
they
the residuals.
They wasn't giving no residuals.
Yeah.
They was like, we're going to give you this. And then they told me they were going to try to contact other PA announcers, hopefully to get all that. I don't think we got all, but still. Yeah. And we're going to try to make it as authentic as possible. In public address announcers mode, you got to change the mode, and then you can play with the Hornets. Or if you got an all-star team, you can
I'm picking you.
Like yeah, man.
Yeah. I'm still. Me and my son, nephews, we still go at the homies. We still going at it on 2K.
Yeah.
2K and Madden. That's all I play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So